Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round, the final round of Grand Arena Championships. This is 3v3. I'll tell you that I'm glad the season's over. Before I get into this final round, I'll give you a quick recap of how this week went down since I didn't do a video for my first or second round. So I'm close to Kyber as far as that goes. I came into the last week only needing to full clear all of my opponents. So I dialed back my defense and I kept plenty for offense so that I should be able to clear everybody. And as long as I can do that, I'll get the Kyber. That's all I care about. I don't necessarily need to win any matches of this final week. So that being said, I just used the first couple matches as experimentation and tried out some stuff. Obviously it failed because you can see that I lost. This was the first match of the week. I lost by something stupid like 5 points. It was because I tried to see if Darth Nihilus could solo a squad. I was curious. So I'll tell you right now the answer to that is obviously no, because I failed and then it cost me 20 points and I just cleaned it up with what I would have used to begin with. So that ended up costing me the round. Second round, you can see I lost that one as well. I tried a couple different things, but my opponent just drilled every single one of my squads. And yeah, he didn't struggle at all. So good for him. He one-shot everything. He deserved the win. And that brings us to this final round. I'm up against Blue Die. This guy was in my guild for a good while, and he moved to another Shadowlands guild. So he's still in the Alliance, and he's a pretty good player. He's got almost 9 mil GP, which is over 500,000 more than what I got. You can see that he's already gone. He's not stuck that I know. He just cleared those 3 zones, and he didn't touch that back zone yet. And I got my work cut out for me because he's got some standard squads, but he's got some squads that are tricky if you run out of decent characters. Look down south, he's got a new team. He's got Mother Tals and Night Sisters. He's got his Kylo there. So we're going to have to deal with that. First, I'm going to go after the Bad Batch. I think that this has been probably the most successful counter as far as I've tried, is just using Padme. I don't think they're great in 3s. They need, a little bit more. And using Padme with Anakin and Ahsoka, they can just go after him and end up deleting him pretty quickly. So you can see that it's not a struggle at all, and you usually end up getting a 51 because you can't get your protection back. So there it is, 51 banners there. Move on to the next one, his Grievous. He's got just a standard Grievous with B1 and B2. So I'm using my Mon Mothma with Cassian and K2. If you guys have seen any of my previous videos from this season, I pretty much favor this counter. It can go sideways though if you just end up getting the wrong character focused on at the wrong time, and Grievous ends up killing them both in one of his AoEs. You're in trouble. Right now he's going after Cassian, and so I've got to bring Cassian back. There we go, brought him back. And then once you bring him back, the important thing is to not let him hurry up and die again, because that move does take a while to cool down. So I got rid of B1. Now I'm working on B2 as much as I can, just trying to get in there and get him out. Once it's down to just Grievous, it's pretty easy. But it's when you got B1 and B2 in there doing their thing that it can become a mess. So I'm just trying to get him down, hurry up as much as I can, and do that. And then I think I end up flipping it on auto once B2 gets down. I got him into the yellow. Try and just, hurry up. It's a matter of cycling through the moves and just doing damage and leveling up that little add-on character. You can see once it went to Grievous solo, I just went ahead and flipped the auto on. But I do watch it. I don't just let it go. So I want to make sure that nothing crazy goes on and he doesn't focus down somebody and end up killing me. So it's not like I just walk away and leave it be. I just watch and see what the AI is doing, and if I need to intervene, then I'll do that. but it's a faster way to go when we're doing 15 fights per round, and each fight takes you a good while, and then planning it all out and everything. So, as I said in the beginning, I don't need the win, but it's always nice to beat people you know and people you recognize and all that. So, might as well give it a good shot. I already checked before the match, and I don't think even with the win that he could have made Kyber, and he certainly didn't, ask for me to go easy on him or him to go easy on me. We just set our own defenses and did our own thing. So I figured, okay, I'll give it a shot. I only needed this last round to clear off one or two zones, and it should be good. I think even with feats, I wouldn't need to do anything. Pretty much just set defense and get a few feats and call it good. But I have plenty of firepower left, I think, to at least get Kyber, and that's all I planned on. So going after his Supreme Leader, Kylo, this one's been kind of iffy for me, but I guess it all depends on who you have with your Jedi Master Luke. And I've got Jedi Knight Luke and then JKR. I think that's been probably the most solid here. You can throw Cam in there, but now that we've got Jedi Master Kenobi, you kind of want Cam with him. So I've got Jedi Knight Luke here. And as long as you got all three, you can focus down the side characters. Like I got rid of Hux as fast as I could. And you see that now Supreme Leader Kylo is doing his thing, but he's already in the yellow. And now I get him down there. So I want to try and ability block him and then finish him off if I can. So close. This should do it. There we go. Got it down, and 53 banners, so not too bad. Only missed one there. Going after his new team, since he's got Dooku in there and Droidica, why mess around? I'm just go ahead and bring in the Triumvirate. And that way I do have Nihilus in there. I think the more handy thing than his Annihilate, honestly, and a lot of people forget this, is he's got that Dispel on basic. And that really helps you when you have to deal with Droidica when he gets the damage immunity and all that. Though in this case, I'm able to just isolate him and then I don't have to worry about it. So isolate him. Watch Dooku. He's like killing himself. He's already red barred himself from all the countering and everything he does. So we'll take him out. Now we've just got Newt and Droidica to deal with. So go after Newt and annihilate whenever we get a chance. And we still got Droidica. He did his big hit on Nihilus, but it didn't really do anything to him. Trying to clear off all that extortion. But at a certain point, it's like, what can I do? There's all this extortion. You waste too many turns clearing it off. Sometimes you just got to live with it. So I get held by hatred for Scion. I'm trying to kill Droidica here, and then I figure I'll just annihilate Newt. That way he doesn't get a revive. So he's done. Take him out there. AoE, and that should finish it off. 52 banners. Not terrible. And then the last team that I debated on what I should use for this team, Night Sisters always tend to mess me up in 3v3 because you don't know what you're going to need, to kill them if they get out there and get the plague going on you. And so one thing I saved for this final week was my Han and Chewie and Bam lead. Somebody said that's good for killing other teams, besides just Night Sisters. You can kill Grievous or Gas or something with that. I don't know. But one thing I thought, and I had to go read the description, was the Whistling Birds. You kill something with Whistling Birds, they don't get to revive. So all I had to do is end up killing these Night Sisters with Whistling Birds. And then we don't have to worry about it. I killed Daka once right there and got rid of a zombie save. And then I thought, you know what? If I do that, then the taunt comes back. Then I got to deal with that again. So let's kill zombie and get rid of the taunt. Go ahead and kill him again. And try not to go through that. See, I got him killed twice to where he's not going to move anymore. So I don't have to worry about him taking any more turns. Mando's in the stance for the Whistling Birds. Right there, I ended up doing what I should have just basicked on zombie, but it worked out the same because Daka's still in the yellow and Whistling Birds finishes them both off. I was like, if I can kill Daka with Whistling Birds, I don't have to worry about Zombie giving her a save. But it still worked out. I cleared that wall, open up the back zone, and what's back there? Look what he's got, Rey, and look at the bottom. Ultimate Kenobi with Cam and Jedi Knight Guardian for a tank. So that's interesting. I'm going to tell you right now, that back wall, and maybe the reason he paused, is I put my own Jedi Master Kenobi back there with Cam and GK. So that's what he's got waiting for him. So I still got to beat his squads. Let's go ahead and start off with the Rey. It's just standard Rey versus Rey mirror. Although having IG and Queel there, they have so much sturdiness and so much healing and just extra health and protection to chew through that it honestly does take a while. And so I look at the clock as I'm going through, sped it up so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. But I look at the clock as I'm going through, it takes a lot longer to kill these guys than it does just a standard team where you can take out one and then you only have two to divvy up the damage from the ultimate from, and that helps you move through the team quicker. And you really don't have that here. Like, it's 2 minutes left on the clock and I still have all three standing, and she keeps doing her ultimates. I keep doing mine, but none of them are even getting close to dying. So I'm stacking all this lifeblood, and I'm trying to hurry and do some whirlwinds and do as much damage as I can. And I end up going after IG because he already hit damage immunity. Look at that. She's another ultimate, and I go into mine. I've got IG down to where he's just health left. So if I can get in a big shot, maybe I can take him out. But look at the clock. Like, it's winding down. I got IG out. I did some damage on Rey, but it's just not enough. Like, it takes so long to kill him. So I end up having to burn another team. I went through and just ran out of time. So I end up having to go in. And since Rey is still alive with Queel, I burn my C-Watt here, because that's the only thing I have left that I know for 100% sure is going to kill these two and me be able to push through and get done with this squad. If I failed with this or with whatever other squad, I may not have enough teams to go through and clear the rest of his board. So I had to make sure it's a win, and unfortunately got to burn 2 GLs on killing one of his. That was not great, you know, so having to deal with that. Nothing I can really do. Play it the same way. Got the tank tech on C. Just got to charge up his ultimate, and then once he gets into ultimate, you know, let it rip. So I tanked out hers. She's doing decent damage to me. Got me into the yellow. Thankfully, I get my protection back. Have to tank out a whirlwind, but I finally got my ultimate up. I can hit that and get up and running here. I've got Queel linked, so he'll be able to die right here with the Sky Lightning. Finally, he's gone. Now I can just zap Rey, throw it on auto, and let the AI do its thing. Hopefully hit her before she goes into another ultimate. Got her down into the red, so I was like, please just let her die here before she goes into ult. And there we go. Got her. Only 31 banners, but it worked. This is the one you guys probably really want to see. He's got Jedi Master Kenobi with the ult. Jedi Knight Guardian for the tank. Okay. I don't have Hux. Like, I heard Hux is good. And if you had Hux and Fu, I guess that would be good. Or Hux and Crew. I don't have Hux. I forgot all about that. Hux would be more helpful here. So he was on a defensive team. And so I didn't have him to choose from. So I had to put First Order Officer in there as like the poor man's Hux. And let me tell you, it is evident, because you don't get the cooldown refresh whenever he gives you another turn like you do with Hux. And just the mass assists and things that Hux gives, you know, it's sorely lacking here. And I'm like, I need to hurry up and get to my ultimate and charge that up. And not being able to crit them most of the time, it charges up very, very slowly. Crew's doing his job of being able to tank out these hits. Unfortunately, he's in the red, so he's going to die here pretty quick. Now it's just Kylo and Fu left, and I'm only halfway to one charge of ultimate. Like, it's not good. Look at my ultimate bar there. So I'm having my doubts about this counter, and I have to hit Cam, and he's got that auto retribution buff on him. So my Fu's going to die here pretty quick. I'm trying to give as many turns to Kylo as I can to just get the hits in, try to kill somebody before I end up losing this, or I'm going to be screwed. Thankfully, I was able to stun Cam and drain some mastery, got them both dead. Now it's 1-on-1. I think I should be okay for this. Even though I've got healing immunity and all that stuff, look at that. One poke took him into the yellow, and then a drain right there finished him off. So it was not pretty at all, but 46 banners, and look at that. That was the fight that got me my Kyber. So I was pretty happy with that. I, for a bit, actually decided on if I should just call it good and cut the round there and be done with it, since I got my Kyber, because I didn't really need the win, but figured, I might as well play and just see what I can do with the rest of my teams, because I'm hoping that my opponent gets stuck. If he can't clear my squad, then he's going to have that back zone left to deal with. He's not going to get those points. So if I can clear him and he can't clear me, I'll be in good shape. So that was Imps versus the Fin Poe team. Same old stuff. You guys have seen that. I've got 3 more squads down here in the bottom that I have to kill, but I also want to go check up top, because I got to start making progress up there to get to his ships and see what he's got back there. And I'll tell you what, I don't like fleets. Let's put it that way. If you guys didn't know that already. Let's go ahead and work on these top squads and see what we can do. So since he put different teams down than I've normally had to deal with, like normally I use this boss team against Bam IG Quill. Well, obviously he didn't set that squad, so I had to find a different place to use these teams. I don't know if you guys have done that this season, but you basically find out what set squads you have every time, and then what can they kill. Each squad has to be able to kill more than one thing. And so I ended up putting them to work on a Karth team here, Karth, Mission, and Zalbar. And I thought, well, bounty hunters should work. I need them to work here because these teams I already have set and kind of know how to play them. I just need them to be able to work, or I'm going to end up running out of characters. So that worked fine. Now I get to use my Vader Thrawn with Moff Gideon against JTR. I don't think I've had to fight a JTR this season. If I did, I would use like Han and Chewie with somebody as the lead. And I think this is like the best squad that I had for this. I was like, well, maybe Fracture will be able to control Rey. And Moff Gideon's got that turn meter reset, so maybe that'll do something. So I have to be able to get these guys out and not lose too many battles. I'm going to run out of teams here. So I'm trying to get through, trying to win, trying to, play as carefully as I can, at least for now. Thankfully, R2's not landing too many stuns. Got my reset, got my armor shred. I'm going after R2, that way I don't have to worry about stuns at all. So that's good. The next biggest threat's going to be JTR here, but she's debuffed and in the red, so try and get her out before she can shrug all those off. Colin Blade did it. And then now just BB-8 left to deal with. So we'll try and take him out before he ends up doing too much damage. Almost got him, but he gets foresight too much, so you got to keep watching out for the dodges. And then he attacks and all that. But at least Thrawn's got his turn meter thing, so I can throw that over to somebody. Just trying to decide if it's going to make a difference, really. We'll go ahead and pop an armor shred on him, make him that much easier to kill at least. And then as soon as Vader gets another turn, he should be able to finish him off. Go into Merciless here, and then just call it good with a Colin Blade. So there we go. Still got 53 banners there. Doing pretty good so far, even though Some of them weren't, the best. But like I said, we got Kyber already, so that's the main important thing. Now he's got a Mandalorian team, Bo-Katan lead, Canderous, and Sabine. I just took my Sabine up to Relic. Might as well use this moment in the video to tell you guys. So we got 5v5 coming up, and I heard, at least for D1 anyway, that we're going to have to put 11 squads on defense. We used to have to put 7. So going from 7 up to 11 squads, and then you got to have that much for offense, that's going to really make us scrape the depths of our rosters to find ways to get through. So you guys might work on all those characters you've got lying around where you've got a squad of 3 or 4 that are ready, but the 4th and 5th characters are maybe still gear 12 or even purple because you haven't worked on them. You better make sure you got enough relic characters to be able to put up a good fight and go against your opponent, or you're going to come up lacking once that 5v5 season comes around. So just figured I'd mention it. That's what I was telling my guys to do, is look through your roster and see if you're short on a 4th or a 5th and start working on getting them up, because you're going to end up needing a whole bunch of extra squads. So you're going to need plenty of relic characters that have synergy. What else is going on? So aside from that, back to this match, JTR is putting in work on the Mandos. 53 banners, that's fine. Let's see, the next thing, I really thought this might work, or at least kill somebody. And I did Phasma with Fox, and then I had one of the pilots. It said in his kit that he had a stun, so I went with that. And I was like, okay, if I can stun Jango, then maybe I can do something. Let me try to kill somebody. And so I did stun Jango, did some damage to him. Things are going good. I got 1 kill on him already, but now they got retribution, and he did the stupid rocket and ended up killing my Phasma. And then after that, they just killed the pilot, and of course Lone Fox just couldn't do anything. So that didn't work. I was hoping it would, but they were all just kind of leftover junk characters anyway. It's just unfortunate. So I need to get through. These are the best Jedi that I have left, because everyone else is getting used in different spots. So it's a Grandmaster Yoda lead team with Shakti and Ezra, because that's it. Like, that's all I had. And I'm going after Zam first, because I'm like, if I can at least kill 1 character, then it'll be making an easier cleanup. And if I can kill 2, then I'll only have to deal with Jango, So that's the way I started looking at things. Is like, if I got to grind down each of these squads, my only hope now is to hope that my opponent gets stuck. And I was really hoping that he wouldn't have an answer, because he ended up setting 3 of his 5 GLs on defense, and with the front wall that I put, I was hoping he burned the other 2 and didn't have anything for it in the back. So that was my hope anyway. So far, I'm still making progress. Like I said, this is the best Jedi that I had. So I was like, please don't let Jango be able to just one-shot Yoda and get that bounty hunter's resolve back once I kill him. Thankfully, everybody's pretty high relic, and they can do enough damage. I got Jango into the yellow. Still got Foresight and all the buffs that, Shakti's got buffs, and Yoda spreads them around. So doing pretty good. This team actually worked out better than I thought it would. Got the job done. Jango into the red, and he's gone. 32 banners there. So was able to finish that top wall. See what kind of fleets he's got in the back. Let me show you this. You can already see from the overhead view, he's got a negotiator back there, and he put malevolence back there. So ain't that a bitch? The 2 fleets that I hate to fight together, he already put there. So got that to look forward to. Let's go ahead and work on these last 3 ground squads. See what I got left in the roster, and then have to deal with ships. Yay. So I put this one in there. I'm like, okay, this should work. It's Rolo lead with Lando and then Stormtrooper Han for a tank. And I've got Mother Talzin, I've got Zombie there, I've got Daka there. Should be okay. But that AoE was able to take out Talzin and get rid of one of my zombie saves. And look, they just keep doing a bunch of AoE damage. Like, I'm not used to that, I guess, because these are characters that nobody uses. And look at that. They're already almost dead, and that finished them. All those dang AoEs that they have. Like, that is a deadly squad for 3v3. I like it. I mean, I'll honestly use it in the future, I think. It's got a lot of promise. So, I had to resort to using my Jawas because they want to do AoE damage. Fine, let's play that game. You can do AoEs and put bombs on yourself and see how far that gets you. They were able to kill one of my Jawas, but thankfully it wasn't Scavenger. So as long as Scavenger's left alive, they can keep dishing out bombs. And now I got to go against Stormtrooper Han. And like I said, he's a tank. He's pretty tanky. So it's going to take him a while. So I went ahead and threw it on auto. And I'm like, well, hopefully they can do something and work him down enough. You know, they keep putting thermals on him, keep detonating him, keep attacking, doing what they can do. It just takes a while. Their hits don't really amount to a whole lot, but they were finally able to take him down. So, yay for the Jawas. But look at all the shit that I'm having to, like, throw together. These are the teams that he's got, and I've got, like, nothing left. No main teams that you would use. And so this is Tarkin lead with Stormtrooper and IPD, because I thought for sure if I can't do any damage, hopefully IPD can blow somebody up and I'll have an easier time once, you know, I go to clean it up. So far though, it seems to be working good. That Stormtrooper is really tanky and he's able to survive and just take the hits. I was able to get Aura out with Tarkin's AoE there. So I just keep doing it. Now that she's gone, I know it'll be an easy cleanup if I have to clean it up. But now let's just go for bonus points and try to get somebody else out. And it's likely going to be Boba since I can't get to Dengar. So we'll work on taking out Boba. Let me also say, I worked on my bounty hunters last night too. I finally got my Dengar up to Relic. I think I got him to Relic 5 and put a Zeta on him. I got Embo up to Relic. I've got Zam up to Relic. Because, like I said, you're going to need all the squads you can get. So I need to be able to field the second bounty hunter team. Or I'm going to be running purple power, I guess. I don't want to do that. So I was able to win 48 banners because I lost to my IPD after blowing somebody up finally. But like, that's what we got to do in these tough boards here. And these are, I think these were the last 3 Jedi I had left without bringing out like Qui-Gon Jinn or something. So I did Old Ben since he had a lead, evasion lead. And then Ayla, I was like, if I can just keep Leia stunned, I can take her out. Otherwise, she's going to end up going into stealth. So let me try and get her out, and then that'll make it easier. Again, I'm looking at all these battles as potential 2-shots, having to take them out character by character, and then go in and clean it up with whatever. So that's what I'm trying to do. And unfortunately, Ayla didn't land a stun, and Leia was able to slip into stealth, so now I'm kind of stuck. You'll never have a chance to go after her again, and Wampa's got protection up, and he's already pretty beefy because he's powered up. So I'm trying to take out Fulcrum here. That's probably my best bet, is to take her out if I get a chance. So I'm working on getting her out of there if I can. I do have Jolie to help with revives, but this team is just so low damage. Ayla doesn't hit very hard at all. So I got her down into the red, and it wasn't enough to kill her, and she's healed back up to the yellow and the green. Like, that sucks. And Jolie's able to heal up Ayla here, but I need to go ahead and bring back Old Ben just so I have another punching bag on the field. You know, I need my tank. And so there we go, bring him back. Now at least I get an extra hit, you know, here and there. Like I said, I'm trying to get Fulcrum out if I can. Be one less thing to have to deal with. Keep trying to land them stuns. Ayla does do a decent job of landing most of them, and thankfully I was able to get her out right there. So after that, I just flipped it to auto because there's no way. I was like, if I can chew through Wampa, great. I can't get to Leia, so there's nothing I can do there. But if I can try to stun Wampa or something, I'll do that. But if I can't, he's going to end up killing me anyway. So I'll just do whatever damage I can do and let the AI run through it, because there's no way. I could take my time and try to play it and maybe do a little bit better, but I'm pretty sure the end result would be the same. So now it's just Jolie. They're going after him. He brings them all back. He's doing what he can, but Wampa's damage is just ramped up too much where he's hitting too hard, and them counters are just killing me. So not really very much I can do there. Jolie's down in the yellow, and every single time Wampa hits, he's just doing too much damage. So that didn't work out. Thankfully, I've still got Sith left. I went with Sidious lead for more damage, and then Marauder because he hits hard, and then Sith Empire Trooper as the tank. And he's got counterattack, so try and get a little extra damage. And look at that, Marauder was able to take out Wampa now that he wasn't all powered up and everything. So I was able to get through all those dang ground squads and have just ships left to deal with. You can look at the banner score. I'm looking through what squads of mine, if he's touched any of them. He hasn't done anything, made any moves. So no failures. He's not stuck that I know of. Let's go ahead and try and take out these fleets. I already did try Rebels against his negotiator and got nowhere. You see that everything's still alive. So thankfully it was Rebels. It wasn't like a main fleet or anything, or I would be stuck. I was able to use Malevolence against the negotiator and got 42 on that. Hopefully Rebels soften them up. I don't know, but I didn't kill anything. But I was able to get 42 with Malevolence, and then I used my negotiator against his Malevolence. Only ended up with 59 banners there because I just couldn't kill him. So crappy scores all around, but at least I full cleared his board. Now my only hope is that he gets stuck in the back there. If he can get stuck on Kenobi. And so I was messaging with him, and he said he was going to try Jedi Master Luke. He had saved him for Kenobi. So I thought, okay, that's what he's got to kill. I'm pretty sure he's got enough firepower if everything works right. But we'll see. So that's how the board was left, when I went to sleep. And then I woke up in the morning, and I'll show you what the board looked like then. And there it is. I woke up to see that. So 5 battles on that. Yeah, he's not getting through that. And he didn't touch any of the other squads. Probably because it didn't matter. You get stuck on Kenobi. You're not getting through the wall. So you're not going to win. So it is what it is. It was a fun last match at least. But I'm glad the season's over. And we'll catch you guys when 5v5 comes around. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.